Hi, I'm Kelly Johnson, Staff Liaison for Ketchikan Public Library's Teen Advisory Group, and this is Independent Living, part of TAG's Next Real Life program series. Since you're looking to be independent, I'm not going to be reading you each slide. I'll give you an overview, and you're welcome to pause the video if you need time to read things out or jot things down. A big part of living on your own is renting a place. There are a lot of things to be aware of, and this is what I'll be covering for that topic. If you live outside Alaska, you will need to find your local laws covering renting. There are many ways to locate a place to live, but before you start, be sure you know your budget and the general area you want to live. A roommate can give you more options, but they can also have drawbacks, so consider them very carefully. When dealing with a landlord, be honest and upfront. Make sure you let them know about any issues right away, but try not to be excessively picky. Serious issues include leaks, heating and cooling, appliances, and security problems. Less serious but still worth noting are stains, odd electrical situations, and any minor damage, especially before you move in. Be sure you feel comfortable with your landlord so if something does occur, you're willing to let them know right away. There are different ways to rent a property, but all have some basic information and guidelines. These are protect you and the owner. So read them carefully and make sure your protections are noted and that you understand all of the rules. Your agreement should include who pays what, the rules of entry to the property, and any regular maintenance. Several different deposits may be required to rent a place in addition to the first month's rent. The security deposit is the owner's covering costs to have renters after you leave. If they don't have to do extras or excessive work before the next person moves in, you should get those funds back. Check and make sure that is clear in the agreement. Please do not consider your security deposit your last month's rent. That is not how it works, and losing your landlord as a credit reference can be a big hit when you're renting in the future. Here are some basic rules for paying rent, and be sure if things come up that you let your landlord know right away. If you are outside Alaska, check your local legislative office or library for renting laws within your state. If you are checking online, be sure that your source is reliable. Renter's insurance may be a viable option, especially if you need to protect your possessions or have concerns about your situation. Sometimes things do go wrong, even in the best situations, so stay up on top of any issues and communicate in the most positive ways possible. If you're going to be living independently, of course, you should be able to afford it. So, here are the steps to making a budget. A budget is really just two lists, what you earn and what you spend. To create the best budget possible, you will need all of your information because, especially early on, every penny is going to count. And income is just as important as spending. It's pretty easy to track most expenses, but some you might not think about because they don't happen every month, like renewing your driver's license or the registration of your vehicle or buying socks. So having an other fund is very useful. The license and registration can be considered a fixed expense, with a set amount set aside monthly to cover it. Phones are considered variable because they can be easily upgraded or downgraded depending on your financial variables. Getting a balanced budget is the goal, but it usually takes a bit of work. And don't forget those unexpected expenses. A doctor's visit, a car problem, a broken whatever, they happen, and it's good to be prepared. Most folks need to trim their budget rather than plan their savings, so here are a few basic ideas. Depending on your situation, more extreme measures may be needed to be considered. So, be willing to explore a variety of options. To review, get all your paperwork together in one place. A month's worth is good. A couple of months to get a bigger picture could be very helpful. Then the income list. Organize all those receipts into usable format. If you're not yet moved out and are living not yet living independently, these steps will give you an idea of what you will have available to spend and how it might break down. Here is the fixed variable sort. You can do a standard list format or find something fancier if it helps you do the grunge work. And of course, you can create your own style that works best for you. All of this is basically useless, though, if you do the work and then don't use it. Following a budget is challenging, sometimes frustrating, and even boring, but it also is amazingly useful if done well. And it can make life much easier in the long run. That's it for this program. We hope it was helpful. Good luck.